posted 230 videos of long form and short form content on YouTube, and here is everything I've learned. I've been posting long form content for about 6 to 7 months consistently. The rest of my uploads are shorts, and that's really where my audience and new viewers are finding my channel. My video isn't just about posting anything, it's about a very strategic way to post content and funnel viewers to become more loyal viewers through your short form content into your long form content. Here I've been posting 1 to 4 long form pieces of content a month, and I also did Vlogmas. That's really where the bulk of my long form pieces of content were posted last year. I use shorts strategically to bring in new viewers into my long form content through a function on YouTube called related video. I feel like maybe not everyone is using it. So, lesson one would be to make sure that you are using short form and long form content strategically in a way that short form content is funneling people into your long form content. The way you do this is by clicking related video when you upload a short and connecting it to a piece of content that is related. Most of the time, I am trying to connect it to a long form piece of content. For instance, I recently uploaded a reset vlog and I related that video to a long form piece of content that was to do with deep cleaning and reset style content. There are some instances where I've related short form content to other short form content. I just feel like you have to experiment. But most of the time, I feel like my strategy will be to connect it to a long form related piece of content. Lesson two is about context placement. It's about where things actually belong in your video. I've really been experimenting with annotations and descriptions, moving things around in my introduction. You'll probably have noticed that my intro has changed quite a bit since the beginning of when I started posting vlogs. The thing that really changed is where I put my consistent intro, which is like the chapter title and my animated intro. Do feel strongly that it's key to have you start as in your face on the vlog. So if you have more of an animated style of intro like I do, having that just a little bit later. So that's what I've really done with my intros and my hook. It's me. It's kind of the intro to the video or what it's going to be about. I've been also working on refining that in itself and then going into the consistent chapter title with the animated introduction to my vlog. The second thing that I've really been experimenting with recently is annotations and using annotations within the video to keep engagement throughout. I find that my engagement does drop at the beginning. So, to get people to keep watching, giving little hints of what's to come. If you want to see an example of this where I did it really well, I'm just pulling it up. I did it in one of my vlogs recently that I felt like was the most well done. I'm still looking for it, so just give me a second. The video is called Moving Through Setbacks. It's page 32. So if you want to watch that, I would recommend. It'll give you a good idea of what I've been experimenting with when it comes to annotations. The other thing that I've really been experimenting with is the description. Using more detailed descriptions versus less detailed descriptions. Sometimes that's not even just an experiment, it's just based off how much capacity I have that day. And sometimes I will modify it later. But really playing around with all the tools and assets that YouTube has and provides. That part isn't something I can provide you definitive advice on. I think my main advice and takeaway here is to experiment with context placement. Last lesson I'm going to add for this video is to really carve your own space. I know it feels like everything is done, but it really isn't. There's so much you can experiment with and even find to do that no one else has done before. Really urge you to try things out and pave your own little corner of the universe on the internet. It could be something as simple as a color or style of dress, whatever it is, just pave your way and make those things associated with you so it really becomes your brand. This means if someone copies you or totally imitates everything that you do, it's going to be associated with you. So they're basically promoting for you and advertising for your brand. Not only that, but it creates distinction and differentiation from you and other people. And it builds recognition with your audience. If you're really looking to build a community, something you have to focus on is building reliability and trust. And reliability and trust is definitely built through repetition and consistency. So, finding those repeatable factors that are you and your thing, sticking to them consistently and maybe refining them over time and gradually, but still maintaining those elements and their association with you. I guess the last takeaway that I hadn't planned to say that I will say is if you are changing things within your brand, from my understanding, audiences don't always necessarily mm, adjust to content shifts very well. So if you are shifting your content, doing it gradually and leaning into it gradually, I think is the best strategy. That'll be the last thing that I say because that wasn't one that I was going to add, but I just added it on a whim. Going into 2026, I'm really doubling down on alignment, short forms for discoverability and building a new audience, and then long form content for nuance and depth, and repeating that pattern and continuing to trust in the process. If you've watched this far, please make sure to give me a thumbs up. It really helps my page, and I will see you guys in the next one.